Kelly is in Boise, Idaho. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up in your world?
Well, what's up in my world is I've been more or less, mostly more, following your total money makeover for the past 10 years. My wife has never been really completely on board, although she agrees with it. And about 6.5 years ago, she became disabled, which allowed me to clean up our debt. And other than my mortgage, I am debt-free, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And but 10 weeks ago, she had a stroke.
Oh, no.
And so, forgive me if I get a little emotional, but so she's not doing all that well, but yet she's, long story short, she's now in assisted living. And I did not have any long-term care insurance. And I have been able to, through my employer 401k plan, I have, amassed about $1.5 million.
Good.
But I don't know what to do with it at this point.
I got you. How old
I don't know whether to go.
How old are you?
60.
How old is she?
60.
So you guys been married?
40 plus years.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Well, the good news is you've done a great job with your money. Well done, sir. Congratulations. What is your home worth?
Thank you. About a little over 500.
Mm-hmm. And what do you owe on it?
Just a little under 100. So.
Okay. All right. And you have $1.5 million in your 401k, and you're 60 years old.
Yes, and I just rolled that over because I'm 60. I rolled that over with one of your SmartVestor pros into an IRA.
What's the assisted living costing?
And it's about, for now, because it's fairly new, it's about $3,700 a month. So
about 50 grand. It's going to be about 50 grand a year, give or take. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, and are you working?
Yes.
And what do you make? What's your income?
120.
Good for you. Okay. All right. Well, you don't have a financial problem. You just got a heartbreak. Your finances are in great shape. I mean, you can use the 401k without penalty. You'll just pay some taxes on it to do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I planned, but I just don't know. I don't know whether to try to pay down the mortgage or work extra or. No,
I think what I would do is I'd take enough out of the 401k and pay off the mortgage this week. So that means you're going to pull about 140 out probably because you got taxes on it as well, and then you don't have a mortgage and you make $120,000 a year, and if you can't cash flow her care out of your income with no house payment, which you probably can actually, but if you can't, then you can pull down on that 401k just a little bit as you need to, because it's going to be sitting there growing. I mean, you're 60 years old. When it's 70, you got $1 million. You said you had $1.5 million?
Yeah.
Okay, and we just reduced it to $1,350,000, and so it will be $2.7 million when you're 70, if it's invested well.
Yeah.
Okay.
My career requires me to retire at 65, unfortunately.
Yeah, so. But if you don't add anything to the 401k, $1,350,000 will double about every 7 years. Okay, so by the time you're 67 to 70, somewhere in there, you're going to be bumping up around $3 million, minus whatever little bit you have to pull off for her care. But I don't think you're going to have to. I think with no house payment, you probably can just about cash flow that assisted living. I don't know what else you're spending money on right now, but if you don't, it's okay. If you pulled the whole 50 out of there, it still doesn't mess up your retirement.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. If you pull down $50K for 5 years, that's $250,000. You're still over $1 million sitting there with a paid-for house and making $120,000. So you're in great shape. Your finances, you do not have a problem at all because you've done such a good job to this point. What a great provider you've been. And you've done a good job. You're a good husband. You're a good man. And you're an economic hero. You did a great job. Did you inherit any of this $1 million?
No, this is just 401k since I was 30 or 28 actually, and just putting a bunch in. And my financial advisor said keep putting in the 6% that they're matching currently. Is that a good idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd get that. I'd definitely get that match. Let's keep loading that puppy up. But let's take enough out to pay off the house and take enough out. And if you can't cash flow her care, you take a little bit out. But you don't need to take much out. Don't use her care as an excuse to drain it down. But that's not your nature. Your nature's a saver, not a spender anyway.
Yeah.
But you've done such a good job. You're going to be in fine shape, and her care is taken care of. You've done a good job.
Thank you.
Proud of you. Well done, sir. Thank you for calling in. It's an honor to speak with you. So if you're 28 and you're listening to that call, wake up! And don't tell me I want to live life now while I can. That man just took care of his wife of 40 years. Why? Because he systematically invested and didn't spend everything he makes like he's in Congress. Because he was a grown-up. And now he's caring for his wife. Did you hear him? He's a hero. That's a man right there. That's not a little boy walking around in a man's body whining about how his life sucks. He took care of business. If that doesn't inspire you to get up off your butt, nothing does. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.